Good afternoon, Manchester. It's Friday, November 9th, and you're watching The Pulse. I'm Alexa Oquendo.
And I'm AJ Librio. Thank you for joining us. This week, we'll head over to Wickham Park to see the results of the cross-country state championships. Then, we'll visit with an extracurricular group who's going to great lengths in order to bring together a diverse group of MHS students.
And later, we will highlight Senator Blumenthal, who came to the high school last week to speak to students about current-day politics.
Finally, we'll go over post-secondary school options for students that are looking to venture on a path other than attending college.
All this and much more coming up on this week's edition of
The Pulse.
Recently, 3 runners on a Manchester cross-country team competed at the State Opens. Let's check in with Andrew Suey to see how the runners performed and what State Opens symbolize when looking at the runners' entire season.
It seems as if every year, Manchester is sending runners to the cross-country State Opens. This year, 3 Manchester runners qualified. Kate Headland, Aiden Puffer, and Giancarlos Diaz all competed wearing the M on their chest. This was their biggest race of their season, but what it took to get to this point shouldn't be overlooked.
To make the Opens, it takes consistency, dedication, and hard work.
Being dedicated throughout the entire season and having good coaches and a good team.
Just staying positive and grind out, baby.
Running is more than a sport for these 3 MHS students. As these athletes are so talented, what they bring to the table as teammates can be even more important than their running ability.
And Carlos has brought a positive energy to this team. He works hard every day and just sets a standard for everyone to work off of.
Kate is super dedicated and super humble. She always puts the team before anyone else.
To their coaches, they are so much more than great runners.
Aiden is physiologically gifted, right? So he has a tremendous endurance for such a young runner, and he just has this natural gait that makes him also very efficient.
She is a silent leader, so on many occasions I've witnessed her showing an athlete or a teammate the course, walking them around it. When everyone else is doing their own thing, she does leadership in a silent way.
For the month of July, these 3 athletes have logged hundreds and hundreds of miles just to race in this 3.1-mile course here at Wickham Park. Congratulations to Kate as she moves on to New England's, and congratulations to young Carlos and Aiden for a great season. From Manchester and The Pulse, this has been Andrew Suey reporting.
Best of luck to Kate Headland at the New Englands, and congrats to Aiden and Giancarlos on a fantastic season. Be sure to be on the lookout for these 3 as they continue their passion for running this indoor track season.
Speaking of passions, MHS is full of opportunities for students to pursue their interests. JT Weeks brings us to the MHS Silk City CAF to show you how students are taking their love for cooking to the next level. Let's take a look.
Sweets, desserts, wings, cookies, and more are just a few of the many delicious items one can expect from MHS's very own Silk City Cafe. The cafe is located in room 157 and is run by head chef Ms. DeMarco, who is assisted by a few of MHS's students. Praise Uwaya, MHS student and cook at Silk City, describes what a typical day at the cafe looks like for her.
So it usually depends on the day. It's like if it's like a service day, then we usually just get our aprons on, we tie our hair back, wash our hands, and then get ready to serve lunch.
For head chef Ms. DeMarco, the daily agenda is different than that of her students.
So I generally plan the day out for the students similar to how it would be planned as a chef to their prep cooks. So I come in and I create a like a prep list on a whiteboard for them of all of the food items we have to get done for the main items on that day's lunch menu.
For many of the students, Silk City is not just a nice break from their day. To them, it serves as great experience for their future.
I think the experience of like working in like a restaurant type of thing, because it's like kind of cool to like have the experience to be greeting customers, to be working the cash register, to be cooking stuff and moving back and forth quickly and just being attentive, stuff like that.
The students are not the only ones who notice the impact this cafe can have on their lives.
Secondly, it provides them skills in a career path that's always hiring because people are always eating. So there's always going to be jobs for people to prepare that food.
Whether you need a bite to eat, a nice cup of coffee, or just a place to sit and relax, Silk City is the place for you. From Manchester, this has been JT Weeks reporting.
Stop by room 157 to take a peek at everything Silk City has to offer.
We will take a quick break from our program, but when we come back, we will take a look at the MHS Best Buds and what they are doing to help our community. Stay tuned.
The United States Marine Corps is the top military division in our country. Straight from high school, recruiters look for eager youth who are interested in joining the elite division. Here at MHS, there are a number of students who have already signed up and begun their precondition for boot camp. One of these students is Jacob Hazlett, an MHS senior who enlisted this summer to be a poolee in the delayed entry program, and he highlights his experience so far.
And being Marine, there's very high physical standards that you have to hold yourself to, and being part of the delayed entry program is preparing me mentally just to get ready for the rigors of boot camp and life as a Marine.
Training for the Marines is no easy task. It takes endurance, compassion,
I need hunger! I need you to be ferocious!
and most importantly, teamwork.
There you go!
But one misconception of the Marines is the idea that they just fight overseas, when in actuality, there's much more to it. Sergeant Vega highlights the vast opportunities within the Marines.
The vast majority of the jobs in the Marine Corps are in support of those infantry combat-related jobs. Some of those jobs are chefs, intelligence, communications, aviation, electronics maintenance. There's heat ventilation and air conditioning. There is so many jobs that are transferable to you afterwards, after you do your contract, that help you get set up for success.
Every Thursday, the students who have enlisted in the Marines train here at the high school, preparing for their future careers. From Manchester, this has been Neil Gomes reporting.
If you ever need assistance in finding your track, make sure to go to your guidance counselors.
On October 31st, students had a great opportunity to ask U.S. Senator Richard Blumenthal questions regarding numerous topics, such as immigration, national security, and education in Connecticut. Annabelle Watson brings a piece of Washington, D.C. to Manchester High.
Politics are all around us, especially in today's environment. Students here at Manchester High recently had the opportunity to dive deeper into the political world by going to a town hall with U.S. Senator Richard Blumenthal.
I really value him coming because I think it's important that he talked to high school students about the confusion and fear that they were facing in this country right now.
Students asked a variety of questions regarding topics such as immigration, women's rights, and infrastructure. Senator Blumenthal was quite impressed with the well-thought-out, in-depth questions asked by MHS students.
Every student that did offer up a question, he did respond, really had very deeply thought out, well-crafted questions that were not just very simple on the surface type of questions like, what is your job, what issues do you fight for? Every student had a very deliberate, in-depth question that made him think.
The visit to Manchester High by Senator Blumenthal brought a meaningful and hopeful slice of the Senate to our school.
Because today's political environment is so prominent in students' lives, the opportunity to question and discuss Senator Blumenthal has been a once-in-a-lifetime and meaningful opportunity for MHS students. From Manchester, this has been Annabelle Watson reporting.
It seems like meeting with Senator Blumenthal at the town hall was something that students can remember and cherish.
And I'm sure it really helped students get a better understanding of political topics. At a school as big as Manchester High, it's easy to look over all the people that make up our community. Best Buds is a program that reaches out to students and gives them friendships like no other. Through a motto of inclusiveness, MHS strives to bring the community together.
Starting in 2014, the group Best Buds has been meeting every month to bring students together. Miss Doherty, co-founder of the club, shares with us how the group got started.
So Best Buds started in 2014 around the same time as Education Public Service Academy. So Miss Gunning and I wanted to collaborate to get her students, she's a special ed teacher, with the academy students together to form friendships.
The group helps the mentors and students alike to go through a unique experience only the club can offer. Participating in a variety of different activities, Miss Doherty is excited for what they have in store this year.
We do all kinds of activities like dance parties, sing-alongs, Thanksgiving feast, bingo. Just really a really fun time for everybody to bond and get together.
Best Buds has seen a lot of changes since its founding here at MHS in 2014. With an open mindset, the club has gone from 20 kids to doubling it to over 40. We hope to see the club to continue to grow in the years to come. From Manchester, this has been Anthony Mazzata reporting.
This powerful program continues to grow and create such a lasting impact on the students and teachers involved.
Yeah, it's great to see everybody having so much fun. Well, that's all the time we have for you this week, Manchester. Be sure to tune in next Friday to learn more about the MHS Fan Zone, otherwise known as the Tribe, and a standout runner who hopes to leave his mark on our track.
If you have any story ideas we might have missed, you can email Mr. Larson at b11elars@npspride.org.
To learn more about the Pulse or to check out some of our other projects, visit our website at mhstelevision.com. If you want to watch a special edition of the Pulse from this past Monday, feel free to check it out on YouTube at MHS Red Productions.
And don't forget to follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook at MHS Red Prod. I'm Alexa Oquendo.
And I'm AJ Librio. This has been The Pulse.